and welcome to another Doctor Who Reviews podcast. I'm the reason this episode is here, Kuchiri. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, you better be.
To
I'm
my
I'm not, I'm not gonna blame you. I'm gonna blame the people who made the thing.
I'm also going to blame you.
Okay, you can blame
You,
me.
you do that.
You can blame me. That's fine. To my virtual left, they thought they were two people in a rubber suit until they realized they were just staring in the mirror. It's Frezno.
Who is that? Who is that?
All I can imagine now is Frez standing in front of a mirror like one of those dogs that sees their reflection for the first time and is just like trying to attack it.
That's the joke I was going for. That's exactly the joke I was going for.
And to my virtual right, after the conclusion of the Timeless Children episode, stood at the BBC8 headquarters with a sign saying, "There should have been another way." It's Kat!
I mean, it didn't say there should be another way. It said something a little bit more rude with several more curse words, but yes.
There should have been another fucking way, you fucker not fuckers.
Well then! Sorry, Rainiac, I tried so hard to keep this clean, but...
Yep, tried so hard in the 1 minute 30 seconds that we've been recording.
I mean, literally, I think he's dropped the strong language tab from these shows because he's just like, you know what? We swear.
It's expected. It's expected. So Rainiac, shortly after watching this episode, came down to a horrible illness. We'll be back next week with his pick, but you just gotta...
I swear to God, I didn't trap him in a circle of mirrors again.
Anyway, so...
Swear to God.
So should we start talking about these episodes, or should we go into the background into these episodes? Because there is...
The background, well, it's interesting, the background, because the background is what everyone talks about, and seems like it'd be the reason why this is a complete clusterfuck, but I would argue it is not entirely the reason why I hate this goddamn story so much, but it doesn't help. So, the backstory is that this was the opener to Season 21 of Doctor Who in 1984, and during production... the deadliest fucking enemy the Doctor has ever faced reared her ugly head to try and sabotage his show. I'm talking, of course, about Margaret Thatcher, who called a election suddenly, and thus it fucked around with the production schedule such that they had to really rush to get this thing out. And, well, certain aspects of the show suffer because of this, because it's trying to be a special effects extravaganza, and their special effects amount to looking cheap as all fuck.
Well, did they lose like 3 weeks of production going to this? So it was like they only had 3 weeks to shoot this?
I do not know the specifics, but I believe it, and you can definitely see it, especially in one of the big iconic infamous monsters of the story.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to, and but... As I said, if it was just like, oh, it's a shitty, it has bad special effects and looks like crap, then, that'd be like a whole thing on its own. But it's not just that, now is it? So why don't we talk about Warriors of the Deep?
So we start at Sea Lab 2021. I mean, this undersea laboratory, military base?
Military base, yeah.
Questionable.
So this... I will say, the model work doesn't look the worst for Doctor Who standards. You can tell it's models, but it's like the ocean effect is the model shots kind of work for me. They got it's like classic charm. I mean, you watch Tokusatsu, sometimes they can get a little low budget.
Very low budget, yeah. I mean, at the same time, I thought it was funny when I was always watching this thing. I was like, you could say this is under the sea, or you can also say this is just on a rock somewhere out in space with no light on the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very hokey. Very hokey.
They pick up something on their radar, and they're like, what is it? Oh, it's too small to be a big thing. Oh, well. Oh, it's gone. It's gone.
Well, and then we get a scene of this metal ship landing on a rock, and the ship is clearly in their viewfinder, and it's like,
Yeah.
you guys been staring at this rock for how long, and you don't see the little tiny thing on top of it that you should be worried about? No? You
It
don't?
has eyes. The ship has eyes, you morons.
I mean, I guess your chairs aren't that comfortable, but, I mean...
Fuck, yeah, what happened to ergonomics? Suddenly in the
I
year
mean,
2084, we can't have ergonomics anymore?
I mean, I'm just going to put in my personal anger at Secret Labs right now, but it can't be any worse than Secret Labs. Haha!
I have no idea what that is, but I believe you.
They make gamer chairs, and
Is
mine...
that what your chair is? The one that broke?
Yeah, and, funny story. They're sending me 80% of the chair, and they expected me to tear apart this chair to put it with the 80% of the chair they're sending me, instead of just sending me a whole new chair that's pretty...
Is this fucking IKEA? What the fuck?
Yeah, no, I'm not happy with it right now. I am not happy with it.
Fix it yourself,
Unethical life hack
dumbass!
here. If you manage to get the instructions to an IKEA thing and you keep calling them saying you're missing a part, they'll send it to you. That's an unethical life hack. Don't do it. Seriously.
Nice.
Assholes.
Anyway, meanwhile, after this whole little scare, we get a little bit of a, this could be a missile test, or it could be a real thing, and we find out that the previous person that mind controlled the missiles died from random electrocution.
Well, there's a lot that goes on before that bit. I've got my notes here, so we've got some TARDIS scenes where we've got the Fifth Doctor, his companion Turlo, who's a sort of amoral. You don't really know whose side he's on.
He's a coward.
Sort of guy. Yeah, he's cowardly in this story, definitely. I don't recall if he's cowardly in others. We have covered stuff like Terminus and Enlightenment with Turlo.
I mean, I would describe him as a coward because his main mode of defeating enemies is run away.
Yeah. And we have Tegan, the air stewardess from 1980s Australia. And so they're going to show Tegan a little bit of Earth's future for whatever reason. Because,
Always
just for
a
fun.
great idea. This never goes wrong anytime the Doctor tries to show his companions Earth's future.
Yeah, you end up with, hey, well, why don't we just go to this planet? Oh, it's a nice resort. Oh, wait, there are fucking monsters, and also planet Earth has been destroyed, but it might not be destroyed if you all recycle.
Hey, there's a ghost lady running around. We should try and see if we can get some information on her, so we'll go through time, including into the distant future, to see if she's still there. Oh no, you accidentally saw the destruction of Earth.
So, also in this story, we see the occupants of that sub are Silurians. Hey, everybody! The Silurians are back! From 1970s Doctor Who and the Silurians featuring John Pertwee.
Can they go
They're back!
Can they go back, please?
Hey, one of my favorite New Who characters is the Solarian. They definitely do better makeup.
Wait, hang on, guys. We're not doing this right. If we want to really show the Silurians some respect here, we need to do it as slowly as possible.
God.
We now just need, like a little flashing red light while Kat's doing that, because that's...
It's the most efficient special effects possible!
Well, we need...
I get it. The costumes probably aren't great. They look very constraining. Not only do they walk weird, but they walk slow as hell. Y'all couldn't have designed these better so that the poor people could actually see and then move the scene along?
They were about as good as the costumes from the original 1970s story.
And then, here's another thing. There's, a zoom up on someone's face, and you just see the actor inside the mask staring into the camera. That doesn't ruin the scenery.
Didn't have time for a retake. Thank you, Thatcher. And also, they are going to send something called the Merca to deal with the probe, but, yeah. Hang on. We're going to, let me just check my notes here. Yeah, we'll deal with that. They're waking up some creatures, which are... They're aquatic Silurians. The episode doesn't call them that, and they call them what the episode title of their inaugural appearance in 1972 was. But, as I said in our episode on that serial, I'm not using that fucking name.
Which is up to you.
Yeah, I mean, personal preference.
Yeah, but it annoys me that became, like, their canonical name. Like, even the Silurians are calling them that, even though they shouldn't be calling them that, because that name was originated by some random Englishman scared out of his mind in 1972.
So, question.
Mm-hmm.
Why are the aquatic Silurians suddenly samurai?
Because someone thought that looked cool.
Okay. And I'm totally not going to point out the disconnect between some Englishman calling somebody who looks vaguely Asian a sea devil.
Oh, God.
Totally not going to do that.
Yeah, that's... I mean, considering, like, the set photos we've gotten of the, Legend of the Aquatic Silurians story that's coming out in a month, not a good look! I don't know. I'm a little wary. I'm especially wary given what I've seen here. But
just remember, guys, just 2 more. We're 2 more away. It's almost over.
It's still 2 more that we have to fucking wait for.
Oh, we're gonna have to get through that. But anyway, so like you said, we have the sync operator Maddox of the missile run launcher. It's basically
Ensign Maddox. He's an ensign. Essentially, he was there on a work study trip. But unfortunately, the actual bridge sync operator, Lieutenant Michaels, was, killed. So he's the only one who can operate anything.
It's basically. It's the Cold War, and I'll have some words on that in a bit, but, it's the Cold War again. Oh, there's a mysterious evil power block that's our enemy, and we're at full nuclear alert.
Well,
yeah, we did, didn't we?
In the apparently the novel, it's East District versus West District or something like that. They didn't want to name.
It's just the fucking Cold War again.
It's like, do we really need to explain this? It's just the them versus us to these guys. So it's always the same thing.
Yeah. But Maddox is like, oh no, I couldn't press the button to cause thermonuclear annihilation if it came to it. I don't want to do that. Oh no. So, back on the TARDIS, the Doctor does an oopsie and goes just a little too far ahead in the future than he intended, and is immediately hailed by a patrol ship. And the patrol ship is like, give us your identification or we're going to blow you up. And the Doctor's like, just hang on for 2 seconds while I get my bearings, and we'll get out of your way. And the ship responds, no!
With the plungers. With the clear as day plungers on that ship model.
I mean... At least with a Dalek, they painted them black, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah. Also, Frez managed to sum that up really concisely. Imagine that taking place for
3 minutes.
Scenes.
Said it before, and I'll say it again. Writers gotta eat.
Well, writers can eat on their own fucking time. I need to go here. Move
it. Yeah. So, meanwhile, back on the sea base, we have what is he? Is he he's like the second in command of the sea base, I think. Nilsson? I'm not sure his exact rank.
The TARDIS Wiki puts him as another officer.
Okay, Officer Nilsson heads
as
to
far
meet
as
with.
No, he's second in command. So First Mate Nilsson.
First Mate Nilsson, whatever. And he goes to talk with Dr. Solau, who notably is played by a esteemed actress in horror movies and whatnot, Ingrid Pitt. And when you see what they made Ingrid Pitt do in this, you'll hope to God that she was paid better for it. But anyway, she plays Dr. Solau, who's like a German doctor.
I also thought that was a Russian accent for a while.
Russian, German, it's, it's
German, it's German.
Having just read what I read, I really hope they did not make her German.
What did you read?
During World War II, Pitt and her mother were imprisoned in a German concentration camp.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Fuck. I did not know that, but
Wow.
let's hope that she is.
Well, the
Yeah.
thing.
No.
Well, I remember because I was so later on. There's a scene where Solo convinces the captain to give her something, and is like, "You can trust me," and with this horrible accent, like, "Yes, trust a person with a Russian accent," and like, I think a few scenes later they call her German.
Oh dear God.
And that's why I corrected it, like in my notes, because I was like, "Oh yes, trust the person with a Russian accent."
Oh my Christ.
That's definitely.
That's not great.
Oh, she was in The Wicker Man. That's cool.
Not the
The good
piece.
one. The good one.
Yeah. Ah! Oh, they're my eyes. My eyes.
And she was an Octopussy.
Oh. Say decent.
So there you go, Rainiac. Something to come back to. She was an Octopussy.
Yeah. Yeah, if Rain were here, he'd have a lot to say about Ingrid Pitt, I'm sure.
Thank fuck he's not here.
No, this is where he just edits in a long rant once he feels better and he's editing
right,
this.
he is editing this.
And he's the editor.
We're fucked.
Oh no! Oh my God! You realize what this means? He can make it look like we're saying that Coolsville sucks.
Fuck.
Oh man, the 20 times Mariah has been played so far has already been edited out.
Can't edit out that one. He spoke over it.
Oh God! So Dr. Solo and Nilsson are antagonists in the story. They're like enemy agents, saboteurs, spies, and
Imposters.
Give me a second. I've got that somewhere. Which one? Oh, there it is.
Oh, thank you. So they're plotting about what to do with Maddox because they killed his predecessor, Michaels, and they have evil plans for him. Anyway, so now it's time for... So there's a missile alert that's happening, like Kuchiri said, but Maddox can't hit the button even as it comes to yellow alert. And it's like, oh no. Missile command, red alert, hook him up to the computer. And luckily it was just a simulation, just a test to make sure that these idiots could push the button if the opposing power block dared to fire their missiles.
Really bad time for a missile test, as pointed out by the characters, but also we should mention that the reason Maddox is so important here is because what he has to actually do is he has to sit in the Matrix chair and become one with the machine.
Yeah, they literally, fucking plug the guy in. He's got a goddamn headphone jack in his skull, and they just plug him into the computer to control the missile launcher. Bullshit.
Very, very similar to a Chibnall story I watched 3 weeks ago with mental pilots and stuff like that. I wonder if this episode has something to do with that.
Once again, Chibnall does not have an original bone in his body.
I mean, this is the era that he's a fan of, This is the 80s era. So.
I mean, if he got anything worthwhile from this episode... Oh, wait, no, he did, because he's having an Easter episode about the Sea Devils.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Shit fuck. Obviously, yeah. So, it was all a simulation, and all this is happening just as the Dr. Tegan and Turlo arrive after barely dematerializing from the plunger ship trying to blow them up. And so they go around and they explore and see where they are and whatnot. And so it's like, oh, where are we? Oh, we're on an undersea military colony. And they're supposed to fire missiles at opposing power blocks. But don't worry, they only kill living things and don't leave and don't make any damage to buildings and whatnot. Which, great. That's what you want. Wow. Fuck human life as long as the buildings stay up. Hooray. And this is where things piss me off because they go into the chemical storage area and Tegan asks what year it is, and the Doctor says it's the year 2084. And nothing's really changed since your time. There's still two power blocks ready to annihilate one each other, and this annoys me because, and I'm sorry, Kuchiri, I know we haven't really done like a little episode, mini episode, talking about your time with the Chibnall era. I would like to do that sometime. Just get your detailed thoughts on your marathon. But I'm gonna bring up an episode you said you don't like. It's kind of like in Rosa, when they had the time-traveling racist, and it's like, I'm from the year 5000, and I'm a giant bigot!
Yeah.
And it's like, you can't imagine a better fucking future than the one we're already living in. Yeah. You can't imagine a world without bigots who want to...
I will play devil's advocate slightly and say that it was premiered in 1984 when the Cold War was still technically a thing.
I mean, that part, I know.
But even the Cold then, War that's was just an excuse.
I'm not objecting to the fact that they got it right. Oh, what were they doing that for? Because, I mean, it was 1984. The Cold War was very hot in the 80s, as we said last week. But, like, you can't imagine a better future. Like, oh, well, let's see, I'm doing a story in the future. Oh, the West and the East are going to blow each other the fuck up because I can't imagine anything better. And it's like, not only is that unimaginative and cynical, it also ended up aging poorly because fucking 7 years later, what? Look at that! Oh, the Soviet Union collapsed! The Cold War's over! Like, fuck.
And we ignore current events right now because we don't want to get into it. Anyway.
We're not.
I will say, though, this just gives more credence to my argument about the fact that, can we stop making it always the Nazis, please? I know the Nazis are not in this. I'm saying, like, we keep calling back over and over again to these times. I am the first to say that we need to learn from our past. I am the first to say that we can't make them monsters all the time because we need to remember that they're human. Because the more that you make them monsters, the less human they seem, and the more people start to think, oh, that will never happen again. By constantly calling back to them, you keep making them into monsters. Stop making them into monsters.
Which, make them humans. See last week where it was like, ha ha ha! Man, bow to me! But... anyway, we get a little Chekhov's gun here where the Doctor notes some canisters of gas called hexachromic gas, which is lethal to all marine and reptile life. A gas lethal to all marine and reptile life in a story featuring the Silurians and the aquatic Silurians. I wonder what the fuck is going to happen in the last part.
Ain't that fucking lucky?
It's kind of like Chekhov's gun, but and a well, I wouldn't call it a Deus Ex Machina, but it's like, it's an all-powerful fucking tool. It's like, oh, it just happens to be a thing that's exactly what would kill the exact antagonist of the story. It's not a Deus Ex Machina because it doesn't really come out of nowhere. It's kind of that combined with a Chekhov's gun and a weird fusion. You know what I mean? It's kind of a plot contrivance.
It's weird because, like, one, you said before, they're a base that's only designed to kill enemy humans. Why have a gas? Unless the other block is Atlantis, and it's Aquaman.
Fish people are back! Oh no!
They're going against Ariel!
I will say they do actually give a reason in the episode. They use that gas to help build the base. The problem is that it has the side effect of killing all marine life and, reptile life.
It's a very fucking, like, neat and tidy, all-in-one, this is the plot resolution sort of thing. Contrivance. Like, it's just... yeah, it's very flashing. It's like, I wonder what will be used to solve the problem at the end.
Yeah, so
anyway.
Get back on the story. They go down the same hallway 4 times. Budgets. And they come to a door, and Turlo just...
Kuchiri, they're not the same hallway because they have different numbers on them.
Hey, there you go. Running up and down lots of corridors. Well, before that, we should mention, because we're getting to the climax of part 1 here, and this is a fucked up thing on its own. Nilsson and Solo call the commander Vorshak, I think his name is? I didn't really write.
Vorshak,
I didn't really write. Yeah. They call him in and they're like, Maddox is unfit for duty. We need his duplicate disc to help make him stable, but you need to give the authorization. And so the commander's like, okay, fine, we'll do it. I mean, I really shouldn't do it, but Solo's like, I'll take full responsibility for you authorizing me to use this disc. So he's like, okay, fine. And he takes it out and he's like, okay, but as soon as you're done, give it back, okay? And this is when Kuchiri wrote down his note, oh, you can trust me. Because if this disc got into enemy hands, that'd be really bad, because it has our personalities on it, and they could use it for evil schemes! Cue Nilsson Solo.
I have a question. When did we decide that all the evil people were going to have really good winged eyeliner?
I mean, yeah, Ingrid Pitt fucking killing it. Look at that shit. Holy Christ. But, yeah. Oh no, it would be bad if this just got into the wrong hands. Cue Diana Rigg. You know what these are? The wrong hands! Because, yeah, Nilsson and Solo are the wrong hands. And they're going to reprogram Maddox so that he'll do their bidding, like Manchurian Candidate style. Oh no! So then we get to the Doctor, Tegan, and Turlo again, and this is a fucking humdinger.
Yeah, Turlo just goes to a random door, says, oh yeah, I got to open. And Doctor's like, you idiots! That triggered all the alarms on the ship!
Mm. And meanwhile, back at the Silurian sub, we've seen that they've been reviving the aquatic Silurians for an entire fucking episode, and we see them all.
Yeah.
And I will say, the way they try to make it to show that they've got a lot of these things is that they have like 4 or 5 of them in the shot, and then they use mirrors to fucking reflect the suits, so it looks like it's a long corridor of aquatic Silurians. And I don't know if I want to hit the button on that or not, because I don't like the story, but I'll leave that up to you, Kat.
You know what? I will hit a button for it. Let me just...
Doctor football alert! Goal, 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 goal! Well, I mean, this story is more of an own goal, but anyway.
I never said it would be the right button, I just said a button.
Yeah, I know,
I mean, it could be a lot worse. I could have hit this button.
Or you could have hit the button that says John Bishop is a furry. John Bishop is a furry? Yeah, that button. So, the Doctor... So let's talk about the Doctor's grand plan here. He decides, the security's been alerted because of Turlo pressing that button. We need to cause a diversion so that we can get back into the TARDIS before we get caught. Now, what's the most sensible way to cause a diversion? Oh, I know! I'll set the nuclear reactor on fucking overload!
That absolutely won't get you in trouble and does not seem like an enemy act.
Yeah, and so the guards come into this chamber with the nuclear reactor, and they see strange people who they've already been primed up by this Cold War bullshit because they think of enemy blocks and saboteurs and shit. And here's a weirdo with a fucking vegetable on his lapel putting your nuclear reactor into overload. How would you react?
He has the celery.
And he gets up and he puts up his hands and says, oh no, everybody, run! You're making yourself look like a real innocent person here.
But can I do this part real fast? Because I love this part so much.
Go wild, go.
So the Doctor has Tegan and Turlo run. And as they're going, he puts his hands up and acts like he's surrendering. One of the guards goes to go past him for some reason instead of securing him. I don't really get that. But he takes out that guard. He leans down and whispers, I'm so sorry, and then takes out the second guard. Starts to try to make his way out. The first guard grabs his ankle, and they start, doing an actual battle, which, Anyways.
Thank you, Kat. I was going to tell you that.
Yep.
I
had to do that. So they start fighting. Mm-hmm. And this is the funniest thing to me, and I don't know why. So the guy, I don't know if he hits the Doctor or pushes him, but he does it so hard that the Doctor just starts planking and then flips head over heels straight into the water that's in the nuclear reactor.
Yeah.
By the way, can we point out that all these soldiers are holding guns. They're trained to shoot enemy combatants, and they don't shoot once.
I think they're trying to capture.
No, they do that for a reason.
Yeah, they're right, because the guy, Bulick, who's like another sort of high-ranking officer, is like, no, don't shoot! We're in the nuclear reactor room.
Yeah,
I must have missed that one.
Possibly, like, start.
Okay, so that explains that. But anyway, the doctor has fallen in the water, and like Tegan's like, "Oh no, doctor!" And like after fucking 5 seconds, Turlough's like, "Oh no, Tegan, we can't do anything. Face it, the doctor's totally drowned and he's dead."
Yeah, the doctor who fell 10 feet into a super deep pool of water is dead. And then I love how like the final shot before the is him just blah 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 blah.
Can you imagine the cliffhanger part 2? Colin Baker pops out of the water. Oh my! Well, that was a rather portentous dive.
It seems like change happened, and a moment too soon.
Okay, I am not a nuclear scientist. I do not know the ins and outs of nuclear whatever stuff. Wouldn't that water be like super radioactive? I mean, they had the symbols up and everything.
I don't know.
Neither do
I don't know. But either it won or the writer forgot. Your pick.
No idea. Absolutely no idea.
So part 2 then. Big surprise. The doctor hasn't drowned in those fucking 15 seconds and is instead underwater opening a hatch to escape while Tegan and Turlough hide away and lock a door behind them. Turlough hotwires it to lock it, and then they go off on their own. Yep. So, yeah. So Nilsson and Solo, meanwhile, are like, oh, well, we've got intruders and invaders. That's weird. But I guess we can activate Maddox sooner and enact our evil scheme.
Before we go forward, because I was confused about this. So apparently around the 80s, the government were telling everyone those pools are safe.
Okay.
But in 2016, scientists have said that they're not safe after seeing what happened after the tsunami hit Japan and seeing what happened to the areas that was hit by the radiation pool.
Okay.
Yeah. See, I figured that because I don't know if they specifically use the water as coolant or what.
Yeah, it's to keep it cool.
Yeah, so my mind is that at some point it's going to become radioactive. In fact, I'm pretty sure they shouldn't even be in that room without protection.
Yeah, no. In the 80s, apparently the government said it was safe, and now we know it's not.
Well,
so the answer is
the 80s, they still
yes.
had lead paint and asbestos everywhere, so, you know.
So the answer is yes, it's radioactive, but they didn't know that in 1984.
Yes.
The Fourth Doctor goes in, and then there's a couple minutes, and then Jodie Whittaker pops up like, wow, that was weird.
Fuck?
It just takes...
eight regenerations at once. Just boom, 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 boom.
So, meanwhile, the aquatic Silurians have awakened, and the Silurians are talking, and they say, Sorvix and his aquatic Silurian warriors, except they don't say aquatic Silurians now, do they? They say the other fucking thing, which, again...
Sea devils. Yeah.
It's a fucking name that a random panicked Englishman came up with in 1972. It's not the fucking canon name of the monster.
Wait, hang on. How would these guys even know that they called them the Sea Devils?
That's exactly. It's because we know that they're called that.
I like how
I'd
another
like to go on a mini rant, if I may.
Go for it.
There is something that tends to happen in media that it's purely for the audience's benefit. So I'm going to give it an example. I like CSI. I love CSI. And something that they do is they always have a cold open. You know, something bad happens to somebody. Somebody says a witty line, and then they go straight into, you know, who are you? Or whatever song that it is.
Boom, boom, ba-doom.
Yes, David Caruso Miami was really famous for that.
Yes. But something that always gets me is that sometimes they show the person who committed the crime in the intro. I'm going to give a slightly sad example. I'm very sorry for this, but it's the best one I could think of. There is an episode which is centered around a couple whose baby gets kidnapped.
Oh dear.
It turns out that, spoilers for this, although this is old and you probably would have seen it or you're just not interested. It turns out that one of their younger sons accidentally smothered the baby. And they're trying to hide it because they had convictions for, like, other children being killed or something like that. I honestly don't remember. But they knew what happened to the baby. They went and put the baby someplace so that it would be eventually found. So the intro of that episode is the mother waking up, somehow sensing something's wrong, going into the nursery, picking up the ransom note, and then, screaming her head off as she panics about the fact that her baby is gone. Now, with the outcome of that episode, that scene doesn't make any sense, because who is she there to act for? There's nobody there. It's just her husband, and
she knows all along, but she's doing...
But for some reason, while she's in the comfort of her own home, she is like, "Oh my god, my baby's been kidnapped!" And it's something that makes absolutely no sense.
Is there anyone else in the house that's not in on it for her to, like...
No, everybody knows. She and her husband were out for the night. Their older son were watching the toddler and the baby. The toddler is the one who accidentally smothered the baby.
Mm.
And the older son found the two. And then when their parents came home, they knew. So everybody in the house knows what happened.
Right, that's just, so it's playing it up only for the fact that it's a cold open and we don't know that they did it.
Yes, and I absolutely despise scenes like this because you're just doing it for the benefit of the audience. You're not doing it for the benefit of the story. And that's something that tends to happen in Doctor Who as well, is they do something for the benefit of the audience but not the story.
For example, I'm going to call these aliens by the name that... Well, they're not even aliens. They're like,
They're Reptilia Sapiens. Reptilia Sapiens. Or
you know what I mean. I'm going to call these iconic Doctor Who monsters by their iconic Doctor Who monster name, even though that name was originated by some random guy in 1972, and I'm in the year 2084, and I was asleep for that.
It's like
He's
nobody's
doing it.
going to care if you call them the Sea Devils or if you call them by their proper name, Aquatic Silurians. Because guess what the Doctor does? He calls them Aquatic Silurians.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, too. Here's a fix. Hey, the title of the episode? Have them call the Aquatic Silurians that!
Warriors
we must awaken the warriors of the deep. Then you make it, build it up iconic, and it's like, what are they? Oh no, they're, and the audience themselves can recognize, oh no, they're the Aquatic Silurians. Oh, of course.
It's even if you think that they're not going to recognize, just have the Doctor be like, these are the Aquatic Silurians. At one point, there was a human who called them the Sea Devils, but that does not fit them, or something like that.
Going ahead to what we're going to deal with in a couple of weeks, in the fucking trailer for The Legend of the Aquatic Silurians, Jodie Whittaker calls it that. Are we going to get that fucking line? Are we going to get any, reconciliation with this? Or is she just going to...
Of course she's going to
Can I throw... While we're so far off track, can I bring up a theory I have about that upcoming episode to bring us back to this episode?
Two things. One, welcome to the podcast. Two, yes, go ahead.
I think we're going to get an actually good-looking Mirka.
I mean,
Mika.
That definitely seems like something Chibnall would put on his priority list. Oh, fuck, give him, interesting character. Let's redeem this old Doctor Who monster.
I mean, I know I posted the image of the Mirka from the comics, and it just looks so good. I'm half hoping that...
honestly, I don't give a shit either way. I would like a good story. I would like the story to focus on good characterization and allegory, rather than, hey, look, we made a monster from 40 years ago. Look good! But, it's there. But, I will also mention, while we're on this tangent, in Part 3, when the Silurians and Aquatic Silurians are attacking the base, one of the guys, Bielik, the guy from part 1 here, he's on the radio and he's like, "Oh no, there are aquatic Silurians everywhere," and it's like, when the holy fuck did you learn what the name for them was?
Yeah, I was going to say that too. Obviously, he doesn't say aquatic Silurians, he says sea devils. Which I'm perfectly fine to say that because it's not a slur. I'm sorry, Frez, but it's just not.
I will let you say it, but I don't want to say it. That's just
no. I completely understand and I respect your stance on it. I'm just saying that I'm going to translate for you that he says sea devils, and at no point does the Doctor ever talk to this guy.
The Doctor hasn't said it yet.
Yeah, the Doctor. I don't think the Doctor has said sea devils at all up to that point.
No, he says it. He says it after this scene.
So I have no idea how this random guy just knew.
Because we know what they're called!
Well, it could also, I mean, it could just be, these are devils from the sea, let's just call them sea devils. Like, the guy didn't know what their real names were.
It's like...
Well, no, but it's a little crazy and a little coincidental that this guy managed to come up with a name on the fly for these guys, and it happens to be the correct name that some English asshole called them. Like years
in 1972. Yeah. But okay, anyway, back to part 2. We went on a big tangent there ranting, but yeah. So so Tegan and Turlough are running around and some guy tries to open the door from the other side that Turlough is sabotaged and he gets electrocuted and passes out. And then the Doctor finds this guy later on after getting out through the hatch. And he takes the dude's radiation suit off and puts it on as a disguise. And then there's a fucking fart joke?
No, I think it was more bad breath.
Either way, it has something to do with the suit smells bad.
He's like, what have you been eating? Ugh.
And it smells bad enough that later on when the Doctor meets up with Tegan again, she's like, what have you been eating?
So... Tegan and Turlough get separated later on, as Turlough gets captured because the bulkhead thing comes down.
Yeah.
And but Tegan and the Doctor find each other, and Tegan reiterates, "Ooh, Doctor, what have you been eating?" So they take Turlough up to the bridge, and they're like, "Who are you? Where do you come from?" and all that. We're going to hook you up.
Why did you sabotage us? Why did you try to kill us?
And Turlough's like, if the Doctor were trying to sabotage you, you'd all be fucking exploded. Which, you're really helping your case there, Turlough. Oh, if we wanted to blow up your reactor, you'd all be dead.
Yeah. Also, side note, I'm kind of sad and a little bit relieved that we didn't just see a random guard running around in his underwear during the rest of this serial.
That's something, yes.
Oh, and by the implications stayed in the final part, the final few seconds, apparently that guy got knocked out, clothes stolen, died later, and all we know of that character is he smelled bad.
Rip in peace, random guy. He smelled bad. Yeah. Ooh, dark and gritty. So the guys are basically going to be like, well, can we believe this guy? I don't know. Let's hook him up to the computer and interrogate him to find out if he's telling the truth. And then the Doctor sneaks in and just pulls a gun on them. What a reasonable decision. Man who never would.
I was just thinking the same thing.
But and this is like, look, I don't usually complain about plot contrivance stuff because I have bigger fish to fry, but this kind of just is like, this happens because the story needs it to happen. So as the Doctor's in the standoff, another officer, Preston, a lady officer named Preston has some guards with her, and they find the TARDIS, and the TARDIS is fucking unlocked.
Yeah.
Also,
what the fuck?
Also, it's because they can go in and go, holy shit, it's bigger on the inside. Commander, there's a big blue box here and it's bigger on the inside. And it's all there so that the commander can go, oh, you're telling the truth. We can trust you now.
Well, before that, does no one have peripheral vision? Does no one have peripheral vision, or did those like weird plastic masks not show like Tegan, who was wearing red, is like a blotch on this white wall?
Look, they're operating by Metal Gear rules here. They have a cone of vision, and they have to keep that cone.
Also, I made a note like, does the fifth Doctor usually leave the TARDIS unlocked? And I was watching someone did a retrospective, and like they used two shots from the Fifth Doctor, and both times, yes, just left out, door still open, everything. Like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it feels more like a plot contrivance, so he leaves it unlocked so that they can come in and discover it, so they can get past the whole, I'm telling the truth, I travel in time and space in a big blue box.
Yeah, but again, the commander does not trust him at all. Still, which fair, very fair.
Yeah. He gives up his gun in mutual trust. He's like, okay, you know what, we can work together in here. But, oh no, they've got a sub coming in on the scanner. Let's blow it up! Hey, maybe you shouldn't blow it up. That's a Silurian ship. You really shouldn't try to blow it up.
We're humans, and we're gonna blow it up anyways, because we're humans!
Oh no! They reflected our shot back at us and disabled our guns! I told you shouldn't have tried to blow it up!
And then like he start like blaming the Doctor as part of the whole thing. Like, what?
I told you not to shoot it! What, you think this is some sort of 3D chess reverse psychology thing? I said don't shoot it. You shot it, you fucked yourselves up. But the Silurians get in position, and they're ready to release the Merca. And so, the Doctor then tells Tegan about the Silurians. He says, I remember when I first met them. I let them down before, and it's looking like I'm probably going to let them down again. They're an honorable race, and all they want to do is live in peace. But as we see, there's no friend or enemy to the Silurians. No East or West, no Cold War thing. Humanity are just apes, primitives, and they. Ooh,
yep, yep, an honorable race who focus entirely on peace. Do you hear that on Hungry Earth?
You hear that, Warriors of the Deep? So the Doctor wants to try and peacefully negotiate Silurians because it's. This is kind of like this is what he did in their inaugural story. He tried to say, "Hey, we shouldn't blow these people up. They have feelings and an ideological stance. We should try and work together to see if we can work something out and live in peaceful coexistence." And then the military blew them up anyway. I just summarized 7 parts of TV there, but
because they're humans and that's what they do. All humans ever do is blow shit up.
It's 2084. Humanity hasn't changed. Cold War, Cold War, Cold War. Nuke this, nuke that. I can't imagine a better future.
But,
also, while this is going on, we gotta go back to the whole, hey, we have 4 major villains in this story. Let's get back to the imposters.
Oh yeah, fuck! I forgot about them for a second.
Yeah. They're going to get Maddox to destroy all missiles and communications on this base and sabotage it to hell and back. Or they don't really say why. I mean, they're probably enemy agents. Are they trying to sabotage it so that the other power block can blow the base up?
Who fucking knows at this point?
Who fucking knows? They're just
Oh, we were the villains that were fully introduced first. But now we're just side characters all of a sudden.
I mean, you know what they should have done? What they should have done was when the dude finally gets confronted near the end, they should have had him say, "I'm not from either side. I'm here to stop the war from ever happening by disabling both sides." Something like that. Because then at least it would make fucking sense.
But then we got the whole Maddox girlfriend getting fridged all of a sudden.
Christ almighty.
Fuck.
Yeah, right. So let's talk about this. So they have Maddox sabotaging the bullshit, and we've got this officer who's been friendly to Maddox named I wrote her name down in this notes.
That's how much they focus on this female character.
So basically Maddox was, he was freaking out. He didn't want to push the button. He didn't think he could ever push the button. And this woman helped calm him down, saying, I don't think you'll ever have to push the button. It'll be fine. And, obviously the thing came up. But she was like a reassuring presence there for him. So she cares about him as, I don't know, a student, a fellow officer, whatever. It's never explained if she knows the dude or not. She's just very compassionate.
Apparently, rank of ensign, close friend to Maddox. That's all. That's all the official wiki has on this character.
Anyway, she catches Maddox being ordered to sabotage the equipment by Nilsson, and Nilsson's like, Maddox, kill her! And so, he wraps his hands around her neck and chokes her to death! Hey! Season 21! You remember what story was the season ender of this season?
Unfortunately.
Would that be the Twin Dilemma?
It would be! And to quote a popular meme, why, if I had a nickel for every season 21 Doctor Who story that had a mentally unstable man choking a woman for no good reason, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's fucked up that it happened twice!
I think the saddest part is that she was literally just there for them to fridge her.
Yep. Like, at least Perry lived. Christ!
At least Perry was an established character.
Not really that established. What wasn't that like her third story or something?
Yes.
It's still more presence than it'll be alright, you won't have to push the button.
Blech. Fucking a means to an end. Just, oh man, this story with lots of guns and shooting sure could use some more violence!
Actually, hang on. So he kills her, and then towards the end, skipping ahead quite a bit, towards the end, he semi-breaks free of the mind control. Sort of. And he starts to try to confront the dude, saying, "You made me kill her!" And then he just dies.
Yep!
So her death is even more pointless.
It doesn't even get to be like a thing where he, gets to avenge her, as shitty as that fucking trope is. Like, he doesn't even get that! It's just,
honestly, if he was just quiet the entire time and just shot the dude, he probably would have actually done it.
Oh, yeah. But, okay,
anyways,
where are we?
Skipping ahead.
Oh shit, now we gotta talk about the Merca.
Do we have to?
Yeah, so, there's something coming into the airlock. The Doctor assumes it's going to be Silurians and I'll just talk to them. But the airlock door starts to bulge. And the airlock door is clearly made out of fucking silly foam.
It's
a fucking memory foam door, the way it's just...
Anyway, so what emerges from the airlock is the Borad. I know you don't get that, Kuchiri, but he did.
He did. Kuchiri didn't hear our Time Lash podcast, huh?
I think I did, but I also had it on 1.7 times speed, and I was working.
Oh god! Oh yeah. I wonder if that's how my Doctor Who mirror alert sounds at double speed. Oh god. But yeah, so this is the most infamous. Holy shit! What the fuck are you doing? You don't have the effects budget for this. The Merca. Yeah. It's just trying to be this imposing giant fucking sea beast, but is a green fucking pantomime horse.
Let's be fair. They went to a high school and borrowed the costume. This is the best they could do.
They apparently, I don't know if you watched the specials that Rain linked us. They apparently were painting the Merca between scenes because of the time crunch. Had not enough time to... But it is the pantomime horse. The people who apparently made it famous in that one other British show were the operators of this. And them describing what all went into this horse, it looks like garbage, but at the same time, everything they did to make this thing work, I kind of want to give them credit for.
I mean, they at least hired fucking professional pantomime horse performers.
Yeah, they did pretty good at operating the thing. It just looks like shit.
It looks like shit, but at the same time, I'm... in high school, I was trained under, I had a high school class actually taught by Emmy Award winners. So, I got really big into... I got really big into, productions, show productions, movie productions. In fact, I was actually in a student film that was featured in like 3 major independent film festivals. Like
Hey.
stuff like this, like going into the details on how they made this, like it looks horrible on the outside, but them like watching the special and how they made this, I'm like, oh god, that's actually, you know what, they did the best job they could, considering everything.
Considering everything, I mean, the argument and the other thing is like they should have fucking shelved it for a couple of weeks until they could have an actual budget and time to do it. Well, but also, I will say, when it's like the headshot, it doesn't look too bad. It's just like average Doctor Who monster. But when it's like the wide shot of this thing waddling along, then you're like, oh Christ. But we should get to our cliffhanger for part 2, where the Merca busts open the door, and the door falls on Tegan, and the implication is, oh no, this big heavy door has trapped Tegan's leg, and she's caught. But I mean, but it doesn't work because the fucking thing is made of memory foam, and it's like, wiggly. You could blow it up by going. But anyway,
it's kind of like that scene from shit, I forget the title. But the one where the Sixth Doctor and Perry like almost get hit by that falling tombstone that is very obviously made out of foam.
Oh yeah, Revelation of the Daleks.
Thank you.
But yeah, the Doctor is trying to get Tegan out of this up out of this door, away from this door, and the Merca's stomping in, and guys are trying to go at it, and of course, and also the Merca is electrified, so that whenever someone touches it, you get that blue like '80s effect glow, and they go. And they fall over. But the cliffhanger is that everyone but the Doctor and Tegan run away out to past an airlock door, and then Bulik is like, gets orders, shut the airlock door, seal the Merca in! And Turtle's like, no! But they seal him in, and it's like, just as they get up, they're like, oh no! We're trapped! This monster's going to kill us! Oh no!
We should also mention that at this point, the aquatic Silurians are attacking airlock 5. So everybody else is at airlock 1, but we also have airlock 5 where the Silurians are getting in.
Well, there's also the door was apparently fell onto Tegan, so the Doctor and Tegan, the reason why they stayed behind was because they couldn't lift foam. They couldn't lift foam.
You can't lift foam! So, part 3 then. Turlo, in response to, oh no, they've been locked in with this fucking giant sea monster. He steals a gun from a guard and runs off. And the Doctor, meanwhile, has an actual clever plan. He takes a gun, and he pulls the magazine out of the gun, and throws it at the Merca, and the electrify skin of it charges like the thing and stuns it for a bit. So, that helps. And then Turlo runs up into the fucking control bridge, where Nilsson is just doing his thing because Maddox is doing sabotage. And Turlo's got him at gunpoint. He's like, open the bulkhead! Let the Doctor and Tegan out! And he's like, okay, I guess. And he opens it, the Doctor and Tegan get it, he tries to close it, but the Merca puts a hand, fin, whatever you want to call it, through the thing to block it. And, you know, you could say, oh no, Turlo let the Merca out and everyone died. But I mean, fuck, that thing would have beaten through that door.
Yeah, it was going to get through no matter what.
Yeah. So after that, Nilsson and Solo are planning to escape. Once Maddox is down on the sabotage, they're going to take the escape pod. And so Solo has the disc, and she's like, okay, good luck. See you back at the West Block.
Can I just say, holy shit, some enemies who are not backstabbing assholes. Because he literally says, you go on ahead, go get in the escape ship, I will join you soon.
Yeah, okay, they're actually.
I thought for sure that he was going to like shoot her or something, but no, he doesn't. It's amazing.
No, they don't betray each other. They're in it together. That's, I mean, that is surprising considering, you know, it's a British thing and they're doing the Cold War parody, that they're like, those communists always betray each other, not like us Westerners.
Yeah,
so that's good.
Totally not like us Westerners, like America, who decided to fight against themselves.
Right stakes. Yeah. Or us Canadians who burned your White House down.
You had to bring that up, didn't you? We're still mad about it, Frez. How dare you? No, I'm kidding. I don't give a shit.
No. Well, we can import some poutine as a peace offering.
Speaking of, you know that meme with Groundskeeper Willie where he's like, brothers and sisters always fight, and he starts listing all these things and says like the English and the Scots.
Or the Scots and the Scots. Damn Scots, they ruined Scotland.
Essentially that, but with America at the end.
Yeah.
Damn Americans, they ruined America.
So the America gets out, waddles around, and there's a wild scene where like a bunch of people are hiding behind like a thing, and the America shocks it, and the shock goes through, and like 4 people go, ah! And fall over.
I mean, to be fair, they did decent acting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is peak Doctor Who, everybody. Big monsters walking around corridors and people going, ah! And falling over dead. Remember 1967 when the show was good?
No, just let us run right into your electrified body. Slowly.
Oh, no. We can't complain about that yet. The fucking MVP scene of that is coming up. So, the Doctor and Tegan meet up with the Commander, and he's agreeing to let the Doctor deal with America rather reluctantly. He's like, okay, fine, you can help, but if you show any resistance, I'll kill you myself. And so they go with Preston to get some stuff to deal with America. And, but around this time, the aquatic Silurians break through the airlock, and we get a little laser battle. Bang, boom, ah, bang, bang, bang. So, yeah.
Peaceful.
They got the laser beam battle with no lasers. Just random red lights.
Yeah, it's like guns, and they got just like their little, like, heat disc things they had in the last story.
Peace loving, totally not wanting to fight, honorable.
Look,
we can't have violence in our show anymore. The conservatives are complaining. We better just make all the kids make-believe lasers are going back and forth.
Okay, Kat, I just want to point something out that I realized that's actually kind of horrifying.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Kat, how did you just describe the aquatic Silurians?
Peaceful, honorable.
Honorable. What are they dressed like?
Samurai.
Honorable samurai? There's some tropey bullshit going on here, and I don't like it.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
That's a mood. God almighty. Now you see why I call them aquatic Silurians and not the other fucking thing?
I would leave the call, but also I feel like I've done that too much, so I won't do that.
And also you're recording, so we can't
Yeah,
really
and also I'm
that.
recording.
No, we're gonna get through this shit. We're halfway there. Living on a prayer.
I miss you, Rain. Come back to us.
Living on a prayer that Rainiac's pick is a fucking good episode.
Yeah, keep up that hope. Anyways.
Anyway, the aquatic Silurians want. So the guys seal up another bulkhead, and the aquatic Silurians, the main leader. There's only one aquatic Silurian who talks, Sovix, and he talks in that red voice. Bring out the cutting device, and they bring out this like green bong thing. It's like you got heat guns that could probably cut through more than this fucking thing. But anyway, they're gonna cut through it.
I mean, we know it's also made of foam. You can't deal with foam.
Apparently not.
Well, Kuchiri, you know how diamonds can only cut through other diamonds? It's the same thing. You have to use foam to defeat the foam.
Oh, I was going to say use bullshit to cut through the bullshit.
So
that too.
So Turlo, meanwhile, is looking for the Doctor and Tegan, but he comes to the bulkhead where the aquatic Silurians are on the other side, and the commander is just like, "Oh yeah, your friends are safe. They're off with Preston. But now that you're here with a fucking gun, you can defend this thing for us. You just got drafted, motherfucker." So the Doctor's plan, meanwhile, he wants ultraviolet light converters to do some bullshit.
Basically, the Merca is like this deep sea thing, and the Doctor theorizes that a whole bunch of light will kill the thing.
Yeah. Well, it's not used to sunlight, so there's no like protection on its skin to ultraviolet rays. Like, if a group of people lived underground for 200 years, the sun would probably just kill them. You know.
Bright light. It's like a fucking gremlin.
Basically, the Merca forgot to come with its SPF 10,000.
Okay, but I know we're making fun of this, but what's worse? This or somehow reviving the Dalek race?
This.
Yes.
I still say the ultraviolet reviving the Dalek is stupid.
Okay, but yeah. Wait, what episode is that? Is that in the
Resolution?
It's Resolution.
Oh, Resolution.
Yeah.
Okay, Resolution. Yeah. So,
Chibnall's first Dalek episode where I thought we were going to have an original enemy for once with the squid.
The one with the Wi-Fi.
to be fair, you had original enemies for that entire season. They weren't very good, but they were original.
Well, I guess we'll just have to talk to each other.
What? Kids these days on their telephones?
I mean, I'm just going to reiterate what I said before, and it's like, the internet helps me talk to these two assholes, so... Your point, Chibnall?
I'm an introvert, Chibnall. Hey, knock it off. So, I think we should talk about the scene, the most memeable scene from Warriors of the Deep. So, Dr. Solo is on her way to the escape pod, and she comes across the Doctor and Co. testing their ultraviolet thing, and Preston's like, Dr. Solo, where are you going? And so she goes down the corridor, and there's the Merca. And what does this Doctor do when confronted with a fucking...
Wait, dude, tell me you have Pokemon music on that.
I do not, no.
The Doctor used low kick. It wasn't very effective.
The Doctor fainted. Yeah, so she just gets, the music swells up, and she gets in like this martial arts pose. She's like, huh, 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 and she kicks it, and she gets electrocuted, and goes, and dies. Great.
I'm sorry, I have to do this. So she goes to kick the guy, and it, like, time completely freezes, and then you hear this.
Nani?
And then she dies.
Yeah, and she also drops the duplicate disc, and so when the guards find her body, they're like, "Oh, hey, we found this disc."
Oh wait, she was an imposter all along.
I'm not doing that one again. Also, question: do we ever like find out what the fuck is up with these discs? Like,
they have the personalities, like brain patterns, I guess, of the people on the base.
So, like, if they needed to upgrade someone with no abilities into being one of their controllers, they can just pop the disc in them and basically unethically rewrite their brain.
It's like fucking, like, state secrets or something, I guess. This is equivalent. It's like, the enemy agents can use this in their evil scheme to fucking spread world socialism. I don't fucking know. But anyway, now the Silurians are on the base too, and they've got this big box with them, this big green box. And this is when we get, like I said, the part where Bulick knows the name of the aquatic Silurians, even though the Doctor hasn't said it yet. It's just, hey, I'm going to call him by this fucking name because you know what it is, so I know what it is.
Oh yeah, we should mention that the Doctor manages to successfully kill the Merca. So,
yeah. The
Doctor used solar beam. It's super effective.
Yeah, he shit blasts the Merca with the ultraviolet rays, and the Merca's fucking dead. So yeah, the big thing that ruined this story is only in it for an episode, for like half a fucking episode, and change. So like, I'm gonna lay out a card here. The Merca is not why I hate this episode. It's a bad idea. It's a bad effects budget. And you can certainly see why Michael Gray, the guy in the BBC at the time, pointed to this story and said, this is why this shit show should have less budget.
I mean, I kind of liked the Merca and how stupid it was.
I mean, I can get that. It's like how I like...
The Merca should have been by itself. Like,
it's like how I like the giant snake at the end of Kinda.
I mean...
Yeah, pretty much.
This arc had like 4 villains, and that's 2 villains too many.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you could have made this better with just, we can just have the imposters be the main villains, and the Doctor has to solve this mystery and not have aliens involved, or we could just have the Silurians.
Kuchiri, you would have hated Silver Nemesis.
Yeah. But, yeah, so,
I mean,
Commander...
You heard my complaints about Flux as I was watching it. That also had too many villains, and we still don't even know the purpose of two of them months after the series ended.
The purpose was
Azure
to get you
on Earth. Why? Just why?
The purpose was to get you to keep watching Flux. And it worked. You kept watching Flux. Were you expecting answers? Fuck you. You watched it. I got my ratings. Fuck off. Tune in next time. Maybe I'll make you as gay.
Ugh. Yeah. Forgot about that.
Yeah. So, back to...
I don't mean me. I mean the writers.
Back to this shit. The commander soon discovers, because, the disc and all, he discovers Maddox and the sabotage, and he's like, I'll have you court-martial for this, but first come help me. And then he says this to Nielsen, rather. So he's like, I'll have you court-martial, but first I need your help. Now come with me and help. And Nielsen replies by pulling out a gun. Oh, didn't see that coming.
Yeah, totally didn't see that coming.
Because also at this point they find Karina's body, so. But it's like, haha! I'm an agent. I'm an enemy agent for your human enemies, the opposing power block. And the Doctor's like, there's no time for this bullshit. And this is the point where the Doctor also calls the Aquatic Silurians by that name. So, yeah, well after Bulick has said their name. But, Nielsen's like, you don't need to worry.
But every time you say Bulick, all I can think of is that scene from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Bueller. Yeah. But Nielsen was like, you don't need to worry about the missiles. Maddox completely fucked everything up. The missiles can't fire. We sabotaged you. You fucking idiot. The Silurians have advanced technology. You really think they're not going to be able to fix it?
And then you have Maddox come in and he rebels and it's like you said, you made me kill Karina. Now I'm going to get you. Bang.
Not even bang.
Well.
Nielsen just uses the device he's been using to mind control the guy and kills him. And
then he takes Tegan as a hostage because, because we need more women in peril in this fucking story, apparently. That's what this story needed. We get the cliffhanger to part 3 then. Johnny Byrne.
Has he been revealed to be super sexist? Because I would not be surprised.
I mean, he's like an old white guy, so probably.
And then he also, after the episode came out, said, this is 30% of what I wrote. They threw out everything else I really wanted in the story, and then came out with a book that is apparently well received. The book is apparently well received. How he wanted it.
I see. Okay, well, so executive meddling. Good. That's what we wanted. Anyway, so we'll deal with part of the cliffhanger for Bulick, Mueller.
Real fun story. Apparently, Johnny Byrne is the one who invented Nissa.
Oh yeah, he wrote Keeper of Traken, which is...
So I take back what I said, and I apologize.
A story I don't quite like, but I have some appeal to it.
I also found out that Rooster Teeth Davis apparently has officially confirmed that Tegan and Nissa is a thing right now.
Nice.
Wait, as a couple or?
Yeah, because Rooster Teeth Davis needs to make almost everything, a couple.
I mean,
I go back to my argument of you don't need to put them in there just because they're gay. Put them in there because they're a good character who happens to be gay.
Yes.
Exactly. So, Bulick and Turlough get captured by the Aquatic Silurians, and I kind of like how the Doctor outsmarts Nielsen here, because the Doctor is running over them, and he's got Tegan as a hostage, and they come to the corpse of the Merca, and Tegan does some shit and trips them both up, and so the Doctor arrives just as Nielsen gets up, and he's got Tegan to his side with the gun, and he's like, ah! And the Doctor's like, you don't need Tegan as a hostage, you can get away, let her go. Oh, no, I'd like to kill her. But then the Doctor's like, make a wish, Tegan, like code for, I'm about to turn on the fucking ultraviolet rays. Close your eyes. And so she closes her eyes, he does the thing, and he blinds Nilsson just as a bunch of aquatic Silurians come. He's staggering around blind with his gun. They shoot him dead, and then Sovix is like, it's your turn. Oh no! The Doctor and Tegan are about to be shot! Oh no!
Also, can we point out how honorable they are? I mean, they see a blind man just flailing around.
Let's shoot him. Why not?
Yeah, just shoot him. Just
Quote, one of the great movies of cinema, The Princess Bride. You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
I wonder if whoever decided to, redo this thought, you know what's honorable? Samurais. We could have them do anything as long as they're wearing samurai armor. Because that's honorable.
Ooh, yeah. Honor.
And also slightly racist.
Slightly. Just a little fucking bit, huh? So, yeah, part 4.
Also, question. So, TARDIS Wiki, it's one of those ones where you can go in and edit it, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Not entirely villainous.
How long do you think it would take for them to realize that they changed all the instances of the word sea devils to aquatic Silurians?
Probably like 2 seconds. They're Doctor Who nerds.
I might still try it.
I applaud your efforts. I do. Part 4, where I really get fucking mad. So I do like the resolution where it's like they're about to shoot, and the Doctor just walks up and is like, "Oh, hi, how do you do? I'm the Doctor." And so the Doctor and Tegan are brought to the bridge along with the Silurians. And then he's like, "Oh, wait, you recognize that head Silurian?" So this is where things kind of take an ethical fucking nosedive, and I really start to hate it. So yeah, they've got a thing that's going to allow them to fix the computer and launch the missiles and blah, 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 blah. Why are they launching the missiles? Well, we'll find out. So the Doctor introduces himself, and the lead Silurian, Iktar, is like, "You're the Doctor?" "Yeah, the last time we met, I tried to mediate between you and the people of Earth." And then Iktar, the Silurian, is like, "We've long since abandoned the ways of mediation. We now commit acts of war to defend ourselves." The Doctor says, "But there's no such thing as defensive war. Why would you change the enlightened idea of living in peace with humanity?" And the Silurian says, "Our policy has always been peaceful survival. All of this changes how we achieve it. We offered the hand of friendship to humanity twice, and twice we were so treacherously attacked. There can be no alternative to peaceful coexistence." But the Doctor's like, "But what about your laws? You have Silurian laws against causing genocide." "Oh, but we won't break our laws. We'll simply launch your missiles, and humanity will destroy themselves with their own missiles." What
So
in
basically,
the fuck?
so basically the same idea from Robot, just having all the countries destroy each other. Yeah.
Something like that. But also, like, this is fucking, like, it's Chibnall era logic, you know? "Oh, we're not the ones launching the nukes, so we aren't breaking our pacifism laws. You're doing it, even though we're taking over your base and doing it. And firing the first shot, you'll destroy yourselves. See, we're a peaceful and honorable race.
Completely peaceful.
And we're not even going to consider any sort of peaceful resolution because, ooh, you were bad to us before, so now we're going to destroy you." It's like, with any generic monster, this would be fucked up. But with the fucking Silurians, where the entire point of them is that they're not a generic monster and they have an ideology of their own that you can try to reason with and all this shit. And try to peacefully talk to them.
While you're doing that, currently it is March 27th at 12:06 p.m. for me. That's Mountain Standard Time. I went ahead and changed it to the Aquatic Silurians.
Oh, God.
So
What?
Rainiac, or not Rainiac, Kuchiri. I'm sorry, I'm so used to Rainiac being here. Kuchiri, if you refresh your TARDIS Wiki page, it should now say the Aquatic Silurians in every single instance, except for the proper name of the Sea Devils.
Nope.
Where is it? Where is it? I need to see
Just
this.
I still see. Unless are you on the episode page or are you on their
Warriors
page?
of the Deep page, yes.
Okay. Let me go to that.
Oh my god. Oh, I see it! Okay, screen capping. We're putting this in.
Obviously, the only one I didn't change was the proper name of like the episode. I might have to go through and double check just to make sure. But yeah.
I see in part 2 it still says Sea Devil.
Does it?
Hang on.
Yeah, Iktal revives the Sea Devil Warriors of the Elite.
Oh yeah, because it's a link. I'll have to fix that.
Hang on.
I can do that real fast.
My God.
But yeah, for those who are watching this, most likely on Wednesday when this is put through, check to see if it's still there.
Okay.
I love how this. I love also how this is the Silurians and Aquaric Silurians know themselves by those titles.
Pretty much all I did was a find replace, and then I just sort of, picked out a couple of them to change back.
Oh, Kat, you've made my night.
You're welcome.
Just casually sabotaging the wiki. We're not going to get any ire from that.
No. You see, you realize, Kat, with this act, you're not entirely villainous.
I'm going to just ignore that.
Wiki vandalization. God.
It's not vandalization. I'm correcting it.
Oh, it's so good. Okay, but anyway, this fucking story.
Also, man, they say sea devils quite a lot in this, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They do. But yeah, like fucking. You have again. It's the same thing as the whole Cold War. You can't imagine a better future. They can't imagine anything more than a random base under siege with monsters that are like, we're going to destroy all of the humans because we're bad! And it's the fucking Silurians and aquatic Silurians. The entire point of those stories was you try for peace and something fucks it up at the end. You can't... And this even comes through in, like, Chibnall stuff. Hungry Earth, Cold Blood. Oh, one random thing fucks up the peace, and they're like, oh, we're gonna kill each other! Oh, well, better try again in 1,000 years. Can't imagine a better future now! Try again later, dipshits!
You tried, and you failed miserably.
Yeah. According to their perfect, honorable ethics, they're not destroying humanity. All they're doing is lighting the spark that will make humanity destroy themselves, which is the same fucking thing, but never mind, because it apparently helps them sleep at night! And they're like, oh, well, the humans will die as they live in a sea of their own blood. And so, again, the commander's like, oh, well, you can't fire the missiles without a sync operator. Ah, well, check this out. We have a big box with a plastic dome with cotton balls and multicolored straws inside it. What do you think of that? Yeah, Christ almighty. So, and then Turlo's a coward. Because they're all locked up.
Oh, no, and then I love this. What's that? Oh, that's a ventilation shaft. Is there no vents from where Turlo comes from?
For Christ's sakes.
It's like, what's that? Vent-like thing. Well, it's a vent.
Oh, it's as useless as that lemon-shaped rock. Wait a minute. There's a lemon behind that rock.
But yeah, no. But what's funny is that's pretty sus right there. But both of the imposters are dead.
We're not doing it again.
I know.
Or are we?
If you saw the notes, you saw this coming. I put that in my notes.
See, I just save my notes regularly. Maybe I'll upload them when I'm done for the next one, just so you can see my note-taking process, just for kicks. But yeah. So Turlo is like, oh, we should escape and go to the TARDIS. But what about everyone else? Oh, fuck them. There's nothing we can do. Let's get out of here. For Christ's sake. And then the Silurian leader is like, oh well, everyone on Earth will die, and all the Silurians in hibernation will reawaken and will rule the planet. But don't worry, Doctor. We'll let you and your friends go after we destroy humanity. It's a noble act of mercy.
It's fixed, by the way.
Yeah, I just noticed too.
Did they ban you for that?
No, I haven't been banned. But I was fixing some of the titles of the story because it also caught them to reflect that the story is indeed called The Sea Devils, and it wouldn't let me save the changes.
TARDIS Wiki win this round, but we got that screen cap. That screen cap is immortalized. I can live with that.
For a few glorious minutes.
Live on the air. Oh man, I can't wait for Radiac to edit this. And he's like sitting in the booth. Yeah. Okay, so they're talking about the America, and they're talking about the Silurians, and wiki editing. What the fuck? Oh god. But yeah, a noble act of mercy. They're going to let the Doctor and co live. So noble, so merciful. Meanwhile, some of the people get out. It's Vorshak and Egan, I think it is. And they just open the door and they see the Doctor, but the Silurians and aquatic Silurians don't see him. So the Doctor just sort of sneaks out. He just sort of sneaks out. They don't give a shit. They're too busy trying to blow up the world. And so then the Doctor suggests, okay, now that we're out, let's go to the chemical store. Which, hey, remember what the chemical store had? That hexachromite? That shit that specifically kills marine and reptile life? Hello?
Sorry,
I'm trying to... I found out who reversed everything. The person actually has a username that it's just... Sorry. Anyway.
Saxon.
Oh my...
BTR.
Oh my Jesus.
Pages I'm especially proud of. Dodo Chaplet. Or Chaplet.
Oh, Dodo.
St. John Colchester. Jason Kane and Charlotte Pollard.
Oh, Charlie Pollard. She's lit.
Well, these are pages that this dude who reversed my edits is especially proud of.
Okay, so he worked on
the guy lives on this page. I mean, I see over 20...
Holy shit.
Yeah, he lives... I see over 20 edits he's done today alone on the wiki.
Not even that. You should check out how many plot summaries he's written. It just keeps going.
We found them! We found the architect of TARDIS Wiki! Oh my Christ.
Oh, he's got Discord.
I'm trying... Oh god. Hey, there we go! Special guest on the podcast, TARDIS Wiki editor. Explain your crimes!
So when you said not truly villainous, what did you actually mean? Actually, did he work on that one? I have to find that out now.
The two of you just completely checked out the Warriors on the Deep and are fucking around on TARDIS Wiki. I can't blame you. I don't blame you. This is a fucking
He did not work on any of the current Who stuff. He seems to have only worked on, classic Who stuff.
Classic Who, Big Finish stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, some people... Okay. So, yeah, remember...
Get a life, dude!
Yeah, get a life, I say. Get a life, I say, as we record episode 151 of our weekly Doctor Who podcast on a 40-year-old episode.
Exactly.
I mean, it could be worse. We could have over 24,000 edits to the wiki.
Oh my crap. So, let's talk about the fucking hexachromite gas. Hey, remember Chekhov's gun? Now, when I saw this, I thought, oh god, the Doctor's immediately going to jump to this. I will give them credit. He at least is like, I don't want to go the lethal alternative. I'm going to go around the chemical stores and see if I can find something that will just stun the Silurians and aquatic Silurians instead of outright killing them.
Yeah.
But then an aquatic Silurian tracks them down into the chemical store, and they try to hide, but the Doctor knocks down a wrench, and the aquatic Silurian sees him, tries to shoot him, accidentally shoots a canister of hexachromite, and the gas blasts right in his face, and he falls down and his face fucking melts.
Gooey.
Yeah.
So Preston sees this and is like, "Oh, that shit works great. Let's kill them all."
Because that's
Why
all
not
the humans do, is they blow shit up and kill everything.
Yeah, and this is just the most cynical, dumb bullshit. It's like, oh, why not kill them? They're literally going to kill every human on Earth. And the Doctor's like, I wonder sometimes why I like the people of this miserable planet so goddamn much. The Silurians and aquatic Silurians, he doesn't say that word though, they're noble races with skills and talents that you pathetic humans can only dream about. Doctor, they literally are like just generic monsters in this case. There's no... If there's any honor or nobility, it fucking flew out the window because the writers and whoever fucking edited this shit, as writer Johnny Byrne attested to in those extras, like Kuchiri said, whoever the fuck worked on this and put out the final edit couldn't fucking imagine. So Turlo points out, noble or not, it doesn't change. They're about to kill all humanity. We got to stop them, and the Doctor agrees on that, but he still wants something to disable them rather than kill them. And so a missile run has begun. And the Silurians are like, is this a real thing or a practice run? The commander's like, well, it's impossible to tell. Boop, 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 boop. It's a practice run. We can tell immediately. Doctor, you have to decide. Billions of people could die. Oh no! Oh no! This big lever, and there's a trolley coming. Oh no! Not good. So, yeah. But
so they come up with a plan to fill the entire sea base with this gas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully the Doctor won't have to do that, because he'll get to the bridge in time and stop them peacefully.
We're not going to try to reason with humanity. We're just going to murder them. Ha 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 ha!
Brainiac, if you could put up one of those Not Always Sunny title cards that says the Doctor fails to do this, that'd be fantastic.
Christ almighty. God. So, the head aquatic Silurian Sovix catches them in the thing. But, they blast him with the fucking gas and all this shit. So, yeah. Fun.
Woo.
Yeah, Bulick manages to gas him, but not before he shoots and kills Preston. Oh boy! Another dead woman in this story. Great! Just what we needed! But yeah, the gas is flooding through this place. The aquatic Silurians are all fucking dying. The Doctor's on the bridge and is like, call it off! Call it off! There's still time to save all your lives! You're the last of the Silurian Triad. You're the custodians of the race. There's no need for you to die like this. But too fucking late. You should have thought of that before you fucking gassed them all with deadly gas. They've all fallen down. But the missiles are still going to launch. So the Doctor has to jack into the whole Matrix thing to stop the countdown.
Is your mind? You can't do it. Your mind will burn.
I mean, at the very least, he does it with more subtlety than the Sixth Doctor does when his brain was about to be taken over.
Yeah, he doesn't start twerking. But yeah, so Tegan and Turlo, the Doctor has him give oxygen to the Silurians. Not that it fucking matters.
Yeah,
They're
it doesn't
dead.
fucking work.
They're just fucking dead. He killed them.
Well,
one of them comes to and just casually shoots the captain, and while everyone else who got shot just fell and died, the captain, you could it's okay. I can handle this.
He's hacking into the computer to stop the shotgun. Yeah, and after he does that and falls down, Turlo picks up a thing and he just shoots the Silurian in the fucking chest, point blank. Fucking execution style. What in the shit?
He doesn't even pick something up. He takes the Silurian's own gun and shoots him.
Oh, can we point out that before this, that most of Part 3 and Part 4 had to be done in one take, and Tegan had probably one of the worst line reads I've ever heard before this whole thing.
I mean, to be fair, the costume design team put her in fucking high heels for a serial where she has to run around a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, had to put the heel in the guy's hand. That probably didn't feel good. Trying to pick her up with that.
So the Doctor's hacking into the computer. He cancels the countdown just in time. Oh boy, thank God. Earth isn't going to blow up, but oh, the commander's dead. In fact, everyone is fucking dead. Silurians, aquatic Silurians, humans, everyone is fucking dead. And the Doctor looks at the camera and sadly says, there should have been another way. No shit, there should have been another way. You should have come up with it. The writer should have come up with it. Anyone could have fucking come up with it.
But you don't understand, Frez. It's not up to the Doctor to come up with another way. It's up to us, the viewers. Because obviously the world powers at that time would have been watching Doctor Who and would have been shamed by this and stopped the Cold War immediately.
Well, 7 years is better late than never, huh?
Sure.
Well, I mean, I see what they were going for, though. An episode where basically the Doctor does not win. The Doctor doesn't get anything he needed to win. But as a season opener, no, that's...
What's the episode that's after this?
I want to say it's either The Awakening, which we haven't covered, but Mike really likes, or fucking Frontios.
Well, if it's Frontios, then we already know that he has absolutely no reaction to the fact that he caused a mass genocide in the previous episode.
Oh, hang on. Why don't we check? Previous episode. Oh.
Let's go to TARDIS Wiki.
I still had it up. The next episode was The Awakening.
Never seen that. Does he show any reaction at all to the fact that he technically caused the murder of several humans and the last of a certain Silurian race?
If he did, it doesn't say here. You know, it's kind of like the follow-up to...
To be fair, it is TARDIS Wiki.
It's kind of like the follow-up to, I'm sorry, Kat, Earthshock. Which, this story is kind of like a shittier Earthshock. It's like big legacy Doctor Who monster stomping around.
Yeah, actually, the writer apparently asked, what's his name? Nathan?
Hayward? Nathan Turner?
Someone. He asked someone if he should make this episode like Earthshock.
Alright.
I forget his name already. Soward?
Hayward, yeah. The guy who wrote Earthshock, but yeah. Like, the next episode after that is like, oh, we're so sad that Adric's dead. It's really sad. Can you go back in time and save him? No. Oh, well, that's a shame. Well, he wouldn't want us to mourn unnecessarily. Let's go on a holiday!
Oh no, this poor kid was left behind on a ship and tragically died. Anyway.
Oh no, anyway, yeah, that's how they handle Adric dying. Boy, getting to time travel really fun. So. Yeah, you should be. I'm mad at this fucking shit too, so I know how you feel. So that's Warriors of the Deep. Who wants to go first and deal with this?
I'll go last.
All right, Kuchiri, you go first.
Okay, so again, I hated Flux. Flux made me very angry. Spoiler alert for that mini episode where we go through my marathon.
That's okay. The last two episodes of Flux made me very angry too.
Yeah.
I think it was designed to make you very angry.
So, with all the issues going to this episode, everything, like, at this point, almost everyone that wasn't a Doctor Who fan was trying to make this show fail.
Yeah.
It shows. It really shows in this episode. I didn't find it good. I didn't find it bad. It's better than Flux in that notion because I did not make me rage. Now, I understand Frezno's raging, doesn't like the name. It's not great. I see that point. But to me, it was just another episode. I mean, it didn't, like, grip me in any way. It was just, okay. In my opinion, I just think it could have been forgiven by those background issues. Maybe drop 2 of the enemies. Maybe have only 2 of the 4 that shows up. You know, what if they just only dealt with Silurians or whatever? Or maybe the imposters or what, you know, the Silurians, like, this is your third and final chance, Doctor, to make us, you know, see your ways. And then the imposters screw everything up.
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I forgot to mention this earlier. I was kind of hoping that the 2 imposters were going to be like Silurians in disguise, but then they weren't.
That'd be something.
That would have been something, yeah. I don't know. I feel like, you know, at this time, I understand that they probably didn't have much time to think of good solutions, and it does hurt these later classic Who episodes when the runner of BBC One wanted to end the show, an entire party in Great Britain wanted to end the show. You know, it's just everything was going against it, and it's just yeah.
Yeah.
I could forgive this episode for those things.
I mean, okay. So the whole better than Flux thing. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, but for me, I mean, I can't really compare them. I do not like this episode, and I do not like the last two of Flux, but I don't like them for entirely different sort of subjective reasons that defy direct comparison. All I can do is take my take on this, and in a way, I had a thought. In a way, in a very microcosm way, this story, its reception, is kind of like in that, and let me explain this, in that most of the complaint about it is the budgetary issues. That story has a big giant rat that people can complain about, and this story has a big giant green pantomime horse that people can complain about, and foam doors, and they didn't have the budget, Margaret Thatcher election, Michael Gray, blah, 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 blah. I feel that that's missing the point of why this is bad for me. Like, it's like, if it was just that, I'd be like on board with Kuchiri. It's not good, it's not bad. It's an average, ropey, shitty, effect-laden Doctor Who story, and I'd call it that. But it's the ethical issues that make it my least favorite Fifth Doctor story. You know, you have the everything contriving to call the Aquatic Silurians by that name for no other reason other than we know the monster by that name. You have the Silurians, who were this race that had ideological differences, but that stories were trying to make them work it out with humanity, only for something to go wrong at the last minute, and it to be a tragedy. But it's not a tragedy here, because they're just like, fuck it, actually, we just want to kill all of you. And there's no chance of working it out, because they're belying everything, and even going against their own ethics with this fucked up logic of, well, if we make you blow yourselves up, we're and we can take over the world for ourselves.
We'll have no part in this whatsoever. Promise.
All this talk about honor, which gets even more uncomfortable, and you realize the Aquatic Silurians are dressed like samurai. So there's this kind of nasty little undertone going on here, and it's just a dark, gritty, cynical fucking story that kills women for no reason other than kills women and puts them in peril for no reason other than we're a grim and gritty action story. Bang, bang, boom, boom, monsters in corridors shooting lasers, people going arg, and everyone dies at the end. And there should have been another way. It's too bad I couldn't fucking imagine it. Because the story has no imagination, has no drive, has nothing. It is an ethical goddamn mess. I hate it. It sucks. I don't want to really watch it again. Fuck this episode. Fuck this serial. Fucking... It is the first blow to Doctor Who that was the first of 1,000 cuts that got it cancelled. And, you know, looking at it, maybe they were right. Yeah. Holy fuck. Kat?
So you guys have pretty much said everything that I would honestly say. I will say one thing. You know who I blame for this episode? It's not the writer. It's not, the people filming it or anything. I blame the people who wrote up the contract. Because I am pretty sure that the BBC probably went in and said, we want you to do this many episodes, and we want it ready by this certain date, and we want to have it, be this many serials or something like that. And had they just given them the creative freedom to do however many episodes they thought they could do by that time limit, maybe they would have had more time. They could have just cut out this serial, and, done something else, and they could have made the rest of the season fantastic because of that. Because they were no longer in a time crunch. Unfortunately, they could not do that because they were bound to a contract, and they most likely had to do a certain amount of serials. So that's who I blame for this. It's like the actors, they did their best. The people who were in the Merker costume did actually pretty damn good considering the costume itself. And it's like, I don't really have any issue with the episode's direction or, the way... I have one issue with the way that it was directed, and that was the fact that the Silurians can't get their fucking move on. But I'm pretty sure that's a writer's got to eat moment where they decided, hey, we want a 4-course meal, please. But yeah, I mean, it's not the worst episode I've seen. I've seen worse. Twin Dilemma.
The one's pretty bad.
But also, it's not one that I would want to watch again, unless, like, you somehow cut out most of the scenes with the Silurians so that they've hurried the fuck up. I mean, it was mostly entertaining. I will say that for it. It was entertaining because that Merca costume, you know, seeing all these people running around and, you know, the Doctor decided to, you know, dress up as one of the agents.
He pulled rank. He didn't have to wear the helmet. He pulled rank.
No, I was saying he dressed up as one of the agents from Monsters Inc.
Oh.
2319. We got it. 2319. Anyways, but yeah.
Wait, isn't a Merca monster from Monsters Inc? Oh my god.
Well, I mean, he certainly got a lot of screams.
Holy shit, Mike Wazowski is right behind this label.
Oh god.
That is still the best running joke that I don't know if they did that on purpose. But
I think the first time was on purpose, but they made it on purpose from that point.
Yeah, eventually it became on purpose, and that's one of the best jokes in Monsters Inc. that I can think of. But yeah, it's all right as an episode, but I don't make me watch it again. Please don't.
Dude. Well, we should also carve out a space for Rainiac, who's ill and, I swear to God, not trapped in a circle of mirrors like before. Let's see what our fun little editor has to say about Warriors from the Deep. Take it away, Rainiac.
Hey guys. Sorry I couldn't be on the show in person this week, but as Kuchiri stated at the beginning, I suddenly felt unwell on Sunday, and 2 days later, I unfortunately tested positive for COVID-19. I'm doing okay, and thankfully it seems that my symptoms are mild at best, but I didn't want to leave Warriors of the Deep behind without giving my own opinion on it. As you can probably guess, it's not a very favourable one. So let's get the positives out of the way first. I actually might be in the minority here, but I really liked the performance of Tom Adams as Commander Vorshak. I really like his interactions with the main cast, in particular with Turlo. His interactions with Turlo are hilarious, and it's a shame that he couldn't appear in better stories, because this was his one appearance in Doctor Who. I also like the end of Part 3, where the Doctor deals with the saboteur, Nielsen, by blinding him and leading him to get shot by the Silurians. And I think in general, the three leads of the show try their best. They don't always pull it off because of the material they're given to work with, but Davison and Fielding and Strickson, they do their best. Now, the negatives. Spoilers, there are a lot. This is just a really, really bad story from start to finish. It looks terrible, the plot is not very good, the villains are questionable at best, the set looks cheap as hell, those foam rubber doors on the Merkaba Sin, yikes. But then the cheapness also extends to the costumes that the crew of the Seabase are wearing, and what was with the obsession with eyeliner in the story? Ingrid Pitt pulls it off, but she's about the only one. Why, in the year 2084, on a Seabase, do even the random extras in the background have copious amounts of eyeliner? Was that a stylistic choice in this fictional world of 2084? I don't know. The Silurians and the aquatic Silurians, because I'm not going to use that name for fear of upsetting Jerry, they were alright, I guess, but they didn't act honourably like they typically do, and so they came across more like a generic monster of the week. And the Merca. Sweet baseball Jesus, the Merca. It's a green pantomime horse. It's literally a pantomime horse. But it's just so out of place. I suppose when you see it, like, the close-up shot, not too bad. But when you see it in its full glory, just waddling towards people before it zaps them to death, it just looks absolutely ridiculous. And speaking of those effects, what the hell went wrong? The last story before this one, The Five Doctors. The Five Doctors has in it, among other things, Tantal's being turned to stone, or being trapped inside stone, Cybermen being decapitated and blowing up because they've been shot by the Rest of Warrior robot, and an electrified floor that looks so much better than any of the electrical effects in this story. And that was... What the hell went wrong, other than Margaret Thatcher, but what the hell changed between Five Doctors being filmed and Warriors of the Deep? Other than, I say, Margaret Thatcher. And, of course, Ingrid Pitt's death scene. It's laughable. It probably got the show cancelled. In fact, it absolutely did get the show cancelled because Michael Grade used it as evidence to get the show shut down. So that's Michael Grade. At the end of the story, the Doctor states there should have been another way. And you know what? I agree with him. That way being, this should never have been made in the first place. You could drop this from the schedules and start season 22 with, I don't know, The Awakening, and absolutely nothing of value would be lost. Warriors of the Deep does not contribute anything to any ongoing story arcs, except perhaps Tegan's upcoming departure due to being sick and witnessing death during her travels in the TARDIS. And that whole thread could be easily read as a direct consequence of Resurrection of the Daleks, which came after this. Second worst classic serial I've seen so far, and the only reason this ranks higher than Twin Dilemma for me is because the Doctor didn't strangle a companion in it, and having said that, there is a strangulation in this, so good freaking God. So now that festering turd is out of the way, what are we doing next week? Well, I think the time has come to talk about something I've been wanting us to cover for a long time. Next time on Doctor Who Reviews, Tom Baker stars in the serial that never was, Shada. See you next mission.
Well, that was insightful commentary. What the hell are we doing next? It was his pick.
I'm surprised it wasn't a Circle of Mirrors, it was a Circle of Mariah.
I mean, I had to. So the good news is, Rainiac told me his choice for next time.
The bad news is it's the Ark.
I mean, you saved me from saying it.
Wait, did I really call it?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck is...
So it's like, I kind of knew that you guys might not believe me, so I went ahead and I grabbed a screenshot.
No, I believe you. I believe you. You're really... Like, if you say it's not a bit, I believe you.
Yeah, he chose the Ark. He specifically said, I'm sorry, Frez, but I chose the Ark.
Are you fucking kidding? You're lucky you're not here right now. Why the fuck? You make me go... I go through this... Phew. Oh, it's my...
I love one of the first lines on the wiki page. A one-eyed alien watches in curiosity. Oh.
Does it actually say "oh" or?
Fuck you want?
Because I mean, if you want to join the pain train, you could go ahead and change it to say that.
have Mr. Saxon come after me.
Okay, fucking next time I'm gonna go. Next time at Doctor Who Reviews, or revisit it in the Forest of the Night. See how you like that? Revisit Orphan 55.
I didn't fucking pick it. Don't pick Forest of the Night. I didn't pick it.
Say goodnight, Jerry. Say goodnight, Jerry.
All right, you're innocent, Kat. You're innocent. I mean, it's these two. These two. I need to find a way to needle them without needling you.
For once, I am entirely innocent in this.
You're not entirely villainous.
Fuck. It's like, I even asked him, are you absolutely sure? And he said, yes, we might as well just get it over with. And it's like, okay.
Might as well get it over with is one fucking thing. Making me do it after this is like punching me in the face twice. Alright, fine. We'll talk about the fucking Ark. The first Doctor story featuring companions Dodo and Steven that pivots in the second half to be a goddamn racist piece of shit.
Yay.
Anyway, while I fucking run out to the liquor store and buy some vodka to drown my sanity away, you can find us lovely people on Twitter at ReviewsDoctor, and our individual Twitters. I am at Freezing Inferno. Rainiac is at Rainiac, what the fuck is his handle again?
Rainiac the Maniac.
Maniac the Maniac. Kat can be found at Concave Usurper, and Kuchiri can be found at The Kuchiri. Kat sometimes streams computer video games at twitch.tv/Concave Usurper. I sometimes stream computer video games as everyone's favorite hard game beating virtual YouTuber champion at twitch.tv/Freezing Inferno. Which we'll probably have something for you next. We'll probably have something for you in that stream department by the time this comes up.
YouTuber if it's not on YouTube half the time? You take all the clips from
it,
Twitch and put them on YouTube.
well, it's like full highlights.
True.
I mean, if it works for them, it works for anything. But anyway.
I don't know. Pedantics. Anyways.
Pedantics. And also, I would like to promote a little blog series I've been doing, which is finished by the time you're listening to this. It's called, well, finished, I say, but it's finished a part. It's called Night of the Loving Dead, where I analyze the Japanese anime Zombieland Saga. Season 1 of the show has been finished by the time you're listening to this. And I've talked... Yeah?
Can I just say, there is one thing that you can use to help get your mind off the fact of what we're doing next?
Well, I'll just finish my pitch first and say that you can read me talking about 12,000 words about a zombie idol anime that embodies the values that I love at fresnosravingrants.blogspot.com. And what can save my sanity, Kat?
Well, it's this little book called Back to the 11th Hour by Kristen McTeer, available now on Amazon.com with a sequel coming out soon.
Oh, yeah, what a great idea. That'll really help ease the edge off.
Don't forget I stream too. Hi.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
I guess Kuchiri streams sometimes.
Sorry,
well.
this is like your second episode. This is like your second time back. We're not used to promoting you yet. But where can we find you?
Twitch.tv/The Kuchiri, or I'm just Kuchiri on YouTube.
There you go. Hey. Check that shit out, too. So, all that remains is to thank you, lovely people, for enduring this nonsense with us as we discussed Warriors of the Deep, and I got mad, and Kat edited a wiki live on air. And join us next time as we finally discuss God Help Us. Next time on Doctor Who Reviews, it's William Hartnell in the Ark. Please help. Please send help.
I mean,
please send
keep
money.
looking at
Don't
the
send
picture.
money.
Just keep looking at the picture from TARDIS Wiki, and that'll make you feel better. It's right there. Aquatic Silurians.
Until that terrible, terrible day comes in 7 days for us, thank you for listening, and bye for now.
See ya.
Bye.
I'm getting in the DM! Where's my where's my GIF? Where's my GIF? Okay, I'm sending angry Minako shouting. I'm sending angry Minako. You know what? I'm gonna do it in the chat. We're gonna public shame him. Where's our fucking chat? Where's our fucking chat?